guys, it's Aaron Miller here again, coming to you from more of the inside of my food plot today to bring you the last episode of my series on this small southern Missouri food plot. And I'm coming to you today from the plot just to kind of give you guys some visual of what's been happening. Poor man plot. I've said that from the very beginning that this is something that I've been trying to do on a fairly low budget. The ground here is not great, and so as you look around, you're going to see some of the clover is not real tall. In fact, behind me here is probably the tallest the clover is in any of the plot, simply because we're a little shaded in here. So it gets sun, but it's not getting completely zapped. In a little bit, I'll show you some pictures of different parts of the plot, and you're going to see that this clover has not really stood up to the heat that we've had over the last month very well. With that being said, I've spent about a grand total of $5 worth of seed on this plot in the last 2 years. So with last year's incident of failing and not getting it to work out, and the seed that I bought not working, I decided to go away from buying expensive seeds. And so last year in the fall, after that failure, I put down clover, which was about $2 worth of clover at that time. And then I came in and frost seeded again this year with another roughly about $2 to $3 worth of clover. So this episode is to simply wrap up what it is that I've been doing in this plot, and then also to kind of just show you what my plans are for this fall. And one of the things that I'm hoping to do with this poor man plot is to try to improve this area. The soil is not good, as I said. And one of the things I've been doing is trying to mow and weed eat and then drop things down to build up a thatch. And one of the things that I've been trying to make sure that I don't do is to come in and till too much, because it's a little bit of a ridge, and the last time I dissed, I lost some soil after a rain. So what I'm hoping to do is to kind of do some no-tills. And so this episode is to kind of give you an idea of what I plan on doing this fall. And what I plan on doing this fall is, this is not going to stay green enough for me to hunt over, give us another month and a half of hot, dry weather. We've had some rain over the last couple of days, which has been a plus. It's been giving us a little bit of green here. I have a feeling that if I would have came in here last week, probably would have been fairly brown. So we've had about 2 inches in the last 5 days, and we do have some rain in the forecast for Monday and Tuesday. So we could be seeing a little bit more of a jump in the clover over the next couple of weeks. But for right now, this is not a plot that I would be hunting over come fall, because there's not going to be much here. In fact, as it is right now, it's been heavily browsed, and we've just got about 3 inches worth of young growth underneath, which, yes, they're going to eat, but they're not going to be coming to this plot when there's maybe other places, hay fields that have been done more recently around them. So what my goal is this year is to come in and do a no-till plot with a biologic bag of seed. Now, I told you I'm a poor man plot, so I don't want to spend a lot of money. Well, I was able to pick up this package of seed. It's still good. It was probably put in at the end of season or earlier in the spring this year at Walmart. It's a $10 bag of seed. It covers 1/4 of an acre, which this plot is roughly 1/4 of an acre, a little bit smaller. And I paid $10. So again, I'm not trying to find a way to promote any type of particular seed company or anything like that. I'm simply looking for things that I think will work well in a soil. It has rye, it has some clover in it, it has some forage rapes in it and things like that. And I'm going to try to come in, maybe rough up the soil a little bit with a hand rake to get up some of the thatch, and then throw that seed down here probably in about another month. What I'm going to be doing is watching for mid-August, and then I'm going to be watching for a good rain. If we can get a good rain in the forecast, I'm going to come out, scratch the ground, throw this stuff out, and try to get it established. And probably following that, what I will be doing is coming in and mowing down the clover to continue that thatch on the ground. The soil has had lime on it about 1.5 years ago. You saw that in one of the episodes when I first started this plot almost 2 years ago. I did lime it, and was able to kind of get some growth coming in here. So I'm probably looking at re-liming again probably in the near future. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is trying to find a way to rotate this plot on a no-till system. If you guys have been watching the Whitetail Habitat Solutions, he has a couple of things there for no-till solutions and no-till plots. Dr. Grant Woods from Growing Deer TV has a couple of options as well. Now when it comes to the seed, that's where I come into having a struggle. I don't have the time or the money to go put large amounts of seed and fertilizer and lime into these plots. So I'm trying to find ways that will grow and give deer what I need, have a place to hunt, and to do what I need as a small town, get out and hunt as much as possible kind of guy. So Biologic Seed Company is what I'm going to be using this fall. I'm also going to mix in some winter rye or some winter wheat and possibly a small amount of buck forage oats, which I can get from my local seed company fairly inexpensively. So with a 50-pound bag of oats and possibly a 50-pound bag of wheat, I'm looking at maybe another $30 or $40, and that 50 pounds of wheat and buckwheat or buck forage oats will actually cover a large majority of this plot and another one that I'm planning on starting and give me some leftovers. So I'm able to overseed if needed. I am able to do a lot of work with a small amount of money, and I'm hoping to see results. So this being the last episode of this particular small plot, I'll try to give you some updates as we get into hunting season of what it looks like. But today's episode is simply this. I plan on coming in and trying to add a different crop for this fall, as obviously the clover is not going to be strong enough and thick enough for them to really be able to appreciate it into bow season. But hopefully with a good rain in August and a chance to get some food established here that will be growing and keeping growing into the winter months, I will hopefully have a good stand for these deer to be hunted over. If you look behind me, there's a tree that's literally right on the edge of this plot. I've hunted in it before. I did not have a lot of success. I was only able to hunt it twice and did not see a lot during that time. In my opinion, it's too close, so I'm going to be looking for some places to saddle hunt this year and trying to catch the winds. The deer are traveling from my right, which is left on the camera for you guys, but my right all the way straight through to the left, and that's where my mineral lick is. That's where the neighbor's property is. This almost is right in the middle of the property. It's about 150 yards to the neighbor that way, about 200 yards to the neighbor this way. And so a good little pass through for me to hunt, looking to make sure that I keep that accessible for myself and my son this fall as we get into bow season. Hope that you guys will hang with me. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys some pictures and some things that are going on here in this plot, and possibly some deer using the lick and the branch that I've got hanging over here. And then I hope to be bringing you guys within the next several days the beginning of another plot that I'm going to check on as soon as I get done with this video. I've got a camera hanging over there. I've done some spraying to try to kill some of the weeds and poison ivy, and my next hope is next week to go in and start clearing that plot with a friend of mine and start getting down to bare dirt so that we can go ahead and do a very similar product over there that I'm talking about doing in this plot. A little bit of biologic seed, some oats, and some winter wheat. So stay tuned, enjoy the video, enjoy the pictures, and I hope you guys are getting out and doing what you guys need to do to prepare for your season. And if you have any comments, put them below, hit subscribe and follow along. I'm a new guy at this. I'm not a professional in any way, and I enjoy that. I enjoy coming out and getting feedback from you guys on what you would do, and following guys that have been there and done it and learning from them, and then coming and applying. So stay tuned, hit subscribe, follow along, get out and enjoy the weather while you can, and get ready for that deer season that will be coming soon. you.